what is going on? It's me, Captain Fires. Today's We Are Live Action. You already know what it is. Here's bringing my review of Kill the King, episode 2 of Curve 3. Now, so many things happen in this chapter, so we gotta cover quite a few things because from the way it happened in the manga versus the anime, there are some major differences. I believe this covers 612 going to 619. I could be wrong, but we did get quite a few new anime exclusive scenes, so let's get right to it. Now what's crazy, we start things out actually seeing the Soul King creating the three worlds. He's in the primordial sea, and you see Yhwach, and he's growing or aging. Looks like he's growing and growing and growing. Then, you know, as the Soul King is creating the three worlds, you know, he just shrinks down. We see footage we've seen before, the hands, everything. And it was crazy. It looks like we are looking through the eyes of the Soul King, and the almighty of his eyes looks a lot different than Bach's. I mean, you see like different color patterns. I don't know if maybe I should have paused it and analyzed it a lot more, but I don't know if it was just little images of the world of the living, Hueco Mundo, Soul Society, who knows. But I actually like the fact that we got to see him creating those three worlds. And I think that was the ceremonial sword he actually had as well. And of course, this was a heavy emotional thing for Bach because we actually got to see a tear running down his eye. Now, leading up to the fight between Ichigo and Yhwach, we see the scenes are different between the anime and the manga. This time in the anime, we see Rukia, Renji, everyone in Ryuri's lab. They're reacting to the trembling. We get to see Basby, we get to see Lil Toto, we get to see Giselle holding zombie Babietta, and of course, new footage. Well, all that was quick, you know, the snippets of new footage, but we got to see Ryukin. He's sitting in his office. We see the portrait of Uryu and his mother, and he's looking at the still silver. This is a very important tidbit that all the anime only watchers, you have no idea how important this is, but I like how they actually added that nice touch. And of course we get to see Ishin. He's looking up in the sky. They all know what's happening and what's up. Now in the manga, of course, we get to see Rukia and Renji. They meet up with Shinji, Soifon, Omeda, Momo. They're all making their way to Mayuri's lab. This followed by Soifon seeing Yoruichi's brother. She's shocked and surprised to see how much he's grown. Urahara then explains to Shinji where the rest of the captains and the lieutenants are, but they still need to do storm Raku to open up the gate. Then the panel jumps to Ichibe apologizing. Then it jumps back to Mayuri's lab where we see Ukitake. He walks in with Kenpachi and the others that are healed. I believe he's alongside with Hasane, Yumachika, Hanataro, Hisagi, Ukitake, Kenpachi, all the others. Kenpachi then tries to leave to look for Ichiru, but of course he's stopped and pressed by Nanao. Then they continue on with Storm Rikiru. Oh boy, now on to the part of the episode that so many Bleach fans have been losing their minds over and talking about non-stop. The Yhwach versus Ichigo round 2. Now real quick in the manga, right when the confrontation started, when Ichigo led up to Bach, yeah, it cut right to the visors meeting up at the lab. We didn't see that. That's cool. We're probably going to see that in the next episode. I noticed here, Bach, he commented on Ichigo's 2 Zanpatos. In the manga, I believe he mentioned how he foreseen that, yeah, you brought back Ichibe and he led you up to me. This fight right here has to be one of my all-time favorite fights throughout the Bleach series, and I knew this was going to happen around 2 with this fight. We see when Bach gets ready, Ichigo, he goes to get some distance. He goes to fly past Ichigo. Ichigo hit him with the Getsuga Tensho. He goes flying. Ichigo appears right behind Bach. They clash. Bach tries to take out one of Ichigo's eyes with his hand. Ichigo evades it, and Ichigo goes to strike at Bach. They go flying all the way down to Korinji's hot spring, and after the dust settles, you see Ichigo. He actually was going for Bach's face. Bach was blocking it with the blood vein. You actually see, I mean, it was still going to his palm, but without that blood vein, Ichigo would have took Bach out. Bach, he wasn't playing either. He actually used Zangbogen on Ichigo, but of course, after that big explosion when the dust cleared Ichigo, he actually countered it with Getsuga Tensho, and that's what I love. This is yet another example of how much stronger Ichigo has become. The way he can just Getsuga Tensho. I mean, we've seen in the last season, he just said it just like that, just so nonchalant. He didn't just scream it like he used to do, just spam it all the time. I mean, he still uses it, you know, but yeah, it's just the way how he just did it. He did it fast too, to actually counter that. So of course they clash, they go flying all the way up, just fighting through the sky. I'm loving the visuals, I'm loving the camera angles. They're flying through the cities. What I would have loved to have seen is them, the swinging, just the swing alone, just obliterating the whole city or chunks of the city. I would have loved to see that. And then they sort like again, and Baki goes to use the Qual Christ technique again. That's the one he used on Ichigo when Ichigo first fought Bak. You see all the arrows are surrounding Ichigo, and I think last time it pushed all the rocks towards him. The first time he was actually cutting and deflecting as much as he could, but this time it was just nothing. He just took down all those arrows like it was nothing. Another example of how much stronger Ichigo has become. And then we see Ichigo again calmly just Getsuga, and Baki didn't waste no time. When he see what time it is, that Getsuga Tenso. So right when Ichigo said the Getsuga, that's when Baki goes. He does the Zunk Snyder. Of course he did that against Old Man Yama. But Ichigo, he wasn't doing the Getsuga Tensho. He did the Getsuga Jijisho or Jijaisho, however you want to pronounce it. And the visuals on this Getsuga Jijaisho. First, the fact that it just took out the Zunk Snyder. That alone shocked and impressed me right there. And that camera angle, when you seen just the X, the way the camera was panning, the lighting, the contrast, everything, and you see even Orihime, they were all shocked like, this is Ichigo's new power. And I like that added effect to the episode because, yeah, that was their first time they actually got to see how strong Ichigo really is now. And the way Bak went flying, I believe that was a little Templar Hut, that was Ichibe's. He went falling, crashing right into that. And my favorite, you see it in the thumbnail, my favorite shot, how you see it from Bak's point of view, Ichigo just standing there like, yeah, what's up, motivator? And you behind him, you still see the Getsuga Jijisho right there. He's just letting Bak know, hey, it's over. You lost, I won, stay down. That moment, that scene right there, that's just for a good background, backdrop, everything, man. That fight, I really did like it. And one of the things that I love that was added in there, again, it was to really showcase how much stronger Ichigo has become after the training. I mean, in the manga, yeah, we got an idea. Of course, obviously, he's stronger now. He did the training, but now we really get to see it. And this is true Shikai Ichigo. You know, Bak, he took down Ichigo real fast, and Ichigo was in Bunkai. And we all know, yeah, that was the fake Bunkai, incomplete Bunkai, etc. Especially the way Hashwolf just cut Tenzan Getsu in half like that. But now, we see how he just basically, like Bak was doing everything he could. Damn near everything he could. I mean, it was nothing he can do. That's when he realized, like, damn, so this is your new power. He did tell him, too, this is your new power. I forget the name of the tunnel Ichigo was going down, that Ichibe had him go down basically to see if he was a worthy candidate to be the Soul King, which of course obviously he is. And he's like, yeah, I can tell you've become stronger. And obviously, and I knew it. They let you know subtle little hints and camera angles that the whole time Bak wasn't even using the Almighty. And now we see he used the Almighty. And this when things take a turn for the worse. So now on to round 3. Okay, Ichigo again clears the distance. You know, he's smart with that. And of course, Bak uses Qual Christ. But I noticed this time, he didn't even say it. He just did it. Maybe that's another perk of the Almighty. Ichigo, he's cutting down the arrows, using Getsuga Tensho. And Ichigo, he cannot lend a hit due to the Almighty, which is just a crazy ability. Every move Ichigo will make, of course, Bak, he was just here. And the fact that he face palmed Ichigo, you've seen the Quincy, not the Quincy markings, but you know, the Reishi pattern going over Ichigo's face. And this guy, he actually used the energy, just launched the Ichigo upper, and he hit the bottom of the palace. He was just launched into the bottom of the palace, looking up, and Bak was upside down, cape upside down. That was a sweet scene right there. And I love how Bak does that, how he actually finishes the sentence. He either finish your sentence or say it along with you. That I do like. And they exchange dialogue. Ichigo goes to strike Bak again. Bak knocks him through the palace. And I noticed throughout this episode, you've seen these markings. I don't know if those were just markings or kanji or a little bit mixed of both, but that I do like. Just extra little added details I like about that. Like to seeing the inside inner husk hollow walls of that. Who knows what that is, but hopefully they'll explain on that a lot more. Now during Bak's dialogue, this has to be the biggest moment of the episode. Some would say more than us seeing Bak fight Ichigo, but we finally get the name of Rail, the Soul King. And his name is Adonais. And this was a long fan theory that people was wondering and guessing during one of the cantations that Bach was saying in the episode. I think it was Cur 1 or 2. But nonetheless, Kubo did confirm, yes, like I think he confirmed or kind of hinted at it that yes, the Soul King's name will get revealed in the anime. And I never thought that we would finally get the name, because God and Soul King, these are like just titles, as we all know. Even in real life, you know, how some people, they believe in God, but he has many names. Some call him Jehovah, you know, some just call him the Creator. Some actually says he has 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 names. Who knows? But I do wonder, how come something that important but small couldn't have been fit in a panel during the manga? How come, you know, it just couldn't have been in the novels? But whatever. The fact of the matter is, yes, we finally got the name. And that name, Adonais. I'm just pronouncing Adonais. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it actually has some linked history to that name. So that name can have origins linked to or inspired from, you know, Gnosticism, Abrahamic religions, you know, things like that, because the names are different in those two different religious groups. So I think with Gnosticism is Adionius, which is, you know, I think comes from an archon. I think the archons are like the creators or the engineers or the builders of the universe, which makes sense due to the fact that the Soul King, yes, Adonais, he is, you know, a creator of the three worlds. Then in the Abrahamic religion, I believe it's Adonai, and that's one of the, I believe, 7 or 8 names of God. So moving forward, I like this scene right here when Ichigo goes to charge at Bach, and would you look at that? Orihime is being useful. Now I know you got some Orihime fans is gonna give me some pushback. Like, what are you talking about? She's been useful so many times. But I do like this, how that scene when Ichigo was dashing, then it showed up, bam, she started to heal him, and you actually seen the blood, everything go away. I do like that. I'm like, now that is how you support Ichigo or anybody else. Don't heal no damn enemies, all right? You know, that is how you do it. Now, maybe I'm looking into this too hard, but you know, with him dashing at full speed, it looked like Orihime, she wasn't that far behind him. So I'm like, damn, did her bringer light, let's say she used bringer light to catch on Ichigo like that? I'm pretty sure I'm just overthinking. I'm just saying, like, it just looked like she was a lot closer. Maybe she was further away and whatever. But he, of course, used the Getsuga Tensho. And man, this is one of those things where Bach was literally showing the difference in their strength. Like, okay, I was at base and you beat me at Shikai. Now I activate the Almighty, and in your Shikai you can't beat me with the Almighty, because we've seen the Getsuga Tensho, it was working as good defensive measures. It was knocking Bach back, but with the Getsuga Tensho it was doing nothing while Bach had the Almighty activated. And after all of that, then we cut to the beginning of 612. So for the ones who don't remember, you probably can't even tell this is kind of out of order and reworked and rewritten, which we've come to know and expect by now. But for the anime-only watchers, I'm letting you know right now, a lot of this did not happen in this order or happen at all in the manga, especially the rematch between Bach versus Ichigo. So, of course, all the comedy parts is cut out, which is cool by me. It is completely fine. And you know, as a matter of fact, when they go into the entrance of the lab, you don't even see Soifon with them. Then we come back to Ichigo versus Bach, and of course he gives the speech about protecting everything, which is crazy because in the manga, that speech doesn't happen until Mimihagi appears, and that's what, chapter 618. Then we see Yoruichi, she surrounds Bach with those bladed wires, and I remember thinking to myself the first time she did that, I give her an A for effort. But what the hell is she thinking? Like, does she not realize who she's fighting? Can she not sense the spiritual pressure, the difference in power? Like, and then she told him, like, don't move, you know, don't touch this or you'll get ripped to shreds. I first read that, I was like, I doubt it. I doubt it. The fact that it seemed like Bach, he was like, okay, let me know, okay. I knew he wasn't sweating by that, like, not at all. But this time, was cool. In the anime, we actually got the name of the technique, because in the manga she didn't do it. I mean, she didn't say the name, she just actually did the move. So this time in the anime, she actually said the name. And I know I'm gonna butcher the name. I think it's Tihei Seo Hisakumoi. I think that's what it is. She said it real fast. Of course, I'm pretty sure I got that wrong, but whatever. We got a name reveal, so I'm cool with that. So her wires just caught flames. I would like to think it's because they were that close to Bach. You know, you get too close to someone that's strong, we know what happens. But in this case, those thin ass wires, they just got engulfed in flames, and we see one of the flames, a piece of it, touch the curtain, and it just burned the whole curtain, revealing Bach's sword through the Soul King. And I noticed in the beginning of the episode, maybe Bach must have closed the curtain real quick, because remember, he already stabbed the Soul King in the last episode. So did he hurry up and close it and then turn around and start talking to Ichigo? Like, how could they not see it? You know, I guess he was perfectly blocking, you know. But, and I guess that's probably why they was confused, like, whoa, what is all this shaking going on? But in the anime, the reveal was not due to the curtain, but in the manga, the reveal was not due to the curtain catching fire. So the curtain catching fire, that was actually an anime exclusive type thing. And to be honest, I like it that way. It seemed more impactful, had more of a dramatic flair to it. And of course, we see Ichigo, he goes to take out the sword. But I do like that they added that extra little tidbit of information. That's when Ganju, that's the Soul King. Oh, you bastard, you killed the Soul King. That's another Ganju, like, one of the most useless characters. I'm surprised Bach didn't just... I'm surprised him standing before Bach wasn't taxing. I'll never forget he said that facing Byakuya. Like, man, just standing in front of this guy, the spiritual pressure is just taxing. I don't want to hear, oh, maybe Ganju's been training. This is Bach, damn it. Bach, he should have just, and yes, as we know, you can't focus and pinpoint your spiritual pressure. He should have just get Ganju out of there. Anyway, it was confirmed. No, the Soul King was not dead. Yonarichi said it herself. So in the manga, it did really seem like he stabbed him, bam, and he was dead. In the anime, we actually seen when he stabbed him, the crystal, I think it got like dark red or like just black, but it just got a darker color. So I did like that added effect. And with reading those chapters compared to the anime being out now, I get a lot of moments. I even felt this before the anime came back. Before the manga was over, it did feel rushed. But when you can see things side by side, yeah, it did feel rushed, because in the manga, it was just a reveal. Hey, Soul King, I stabbed him, and Ichigo immediately went to just take the sword out, you know. But the way they did it in the anime, it was drawn out in a good way, you know, had that more impactful, dramatic flair. And I liked the way when he went to cut the Soul King in half. You know, of course, he was pulling the sword out. We know what happened. He took over, and then he went to cut the Soul King in half. The way you just seen it, felt that resistance through the crystal. You didn't see that or really feel that in a manga. He just got possessed into, you know, like, I won't say, well, some will say possessed, but you know what I mean. I like how they did it better in the anime. And also something they removed, I noticed, Yonarichi, she told Orihime to heal the Soul King, and Bach was like, nah, no human can bring the Soul King back to life. Like, it's I need to start calling by his name now, Adonais. Like, you know, no one can bring Adonais back to life. And it's crazy. Even we have seen Orihime's ability get rejected. I remember the first time Aizen was saying, oh, she's not healing, she's just rejecting fate, she's turning back time. I was under the impression, like, damn, that means she can just bring anybody back to life. But hey, as we can see, that's not the case. So in the anime and the manga, we see all three worlds taking effect of Adonais being cut in half. But in the manga, man, the Hueco Mundo, you seen the Hollows reacting to it. You see the Soldats questioning Bach's like loyalty, like, damn, like, you planning on just taking our Soul Society along with us with it? Like, damn, I believe you see Basby in the anime and the manga. Yes, they show Ichigo's friends, but this time in the anime, we see Tatsuki looking at the soul ticket. I wonder if after all this is over with, the next season, everything, will they show like a special, like, time skip tribute before, you know, A New Breath of Hell? I believe that's the name of the chapter, the Hell chapter. Before that, but after, you know, the end of everything. And I wonder if, you know, they will hold on to that. Obviously, Ichigo, he doesn't become the next host for the Soul King, but I just wonder if they showed that as a hint, like, or if they're going to have a talk with Ichigo, like, hey, they gave us this. because they told us that you may not be able to return. I wonder if they're just going to shed light on that even more. But yeah, so it ends with Ichigo dropping to his knees and shocked about what he's done, and that's the end of the episode. So to me, man, 10 out of 10 episode. It is starting out strong with this new season. I'm loving everything about it. Name revelation for the Soul King Adonias. We got new scenes. We got a technique name for Yodorichi's ability, not her ability, but her technique. And again, I just love the fact that they show the power gap between base Bach, and true Shikai Ichigo. So it makes you wonder, how come he wasn't even using the Almighty in the beginning? Like I said before, yeah, I just think obviously they have to show this. There was no other real way to show it, the difference in power. And he just wanted to see how strong Ichigo really has become, that is a dangerous game to play, man. Like how Aizen could have taken out Ichigo, but he stopped the train, the sweeper train in the Dunkai Precipice world. Like, why? Why do villains do this? You're going to do something, just do it. Stop playing games. Same thing with Aizen. Walked up to Old Man Yama. He could have just killed them. Walked up, given his cocky, arrogant speech. Old Man Yama grabbed the ankle, did the keto spell. You all know the rest. So, again, 10 out of 10. I loved it. Yeah, so that's all I have for you today, at least with this review. Thank you all for watching so much. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. It's me, Captain Visor Ace. I will see you all next time for the next Bleach review. Signing out.